this pouch.
Hey, what the hell? Why you hanging on the roof all by yourself? I have an open invitation, but you
Hi guys, good morning. So today is hair wash day. Today is also Tuesday. I'm supposed to be at work, but I did not go actually. I just decided to skip. Okay, hi guys. So today is Tuesday and today is hair wash day. So recently I've been having dandruff on my hair, but I've always had this mindset that if you have dandruff on your hair, then there is a more tendency for your hair to grow longer. So I did not treat the dandruff, I just left it. But this hair, dandruff, no dandruff, it don't move. Do you understand? Nothing. The hair has been the way it has been. That's why I got this shampoo, and this is what I just used to wash my hair. I got this for like 500 naira, and I heard it's good for dandruff. It's an anti-dandruff shampoo, and then I used this VO5 for my conditioner. And also I told you guys that I started using this minoxidil for my alopecia. I really do not understand. I don't know if I also that this hair is going inside or is getting more bad anything, but I'm going to keep up with it because you know all these kind of reviews now that you say that before it start working it's going to like remove more hair and stuff like that. But I don't think the hair is, I don't know guys, what do you think? My hair has always been like this now. I've not seen any improvements, quite alright, but I do not know if it's causing more damage. But you know Misha, even though it's, I'm just going to keep on using it because I know the hair would, and I've also seen really nice reviews about it. Okay, I don't think it's actually cutting my hair. My hair is just the same way, but I've not seen any improvements yet, and it's almost a month since they're using it. But I'll be going out. I have a makeup job to do, but before I head from the makeup job, I'm going to go make my hair normal corner rolls. If you know me, you know my wigs. So yeah, and after that I'll go and be heading for a makeup job that I have. This is the highlights of my day.
Hey, what the hell? Why you hanging on the roof all by yourself? I have an open invitation, but you telling me go get lost. I don't wanna see your face. Yeah, what the hell? So why don't we stay out to the morning light? Cause two wrongs can make a right. We're just doing what we're feeling right now. So Chardonnay, we camp in the parking lot. Leave traces of plastic cups. We're just doing what we're feeling right now. So what the hell? Why you hanging on the roof all by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? So what the hell?
Hi guys, good morning. So today is Saturday and I'm gonna show you guys a few things that came for me from Aliexpress. This pouch, I actually got two, but this is the one that came. Like me on Aliexpress. I also told you guys that I have some pouch to give out here for the XR, just in case you're interested. This contour brush, sets of screen guard for my phone. This is like a 2-set screen guard. And why I buy these things from them because I feel they are way cheaper. Like this thing, I think is like 1,000 or less, I'm not sure, and it's two. While here you will buy just one for 1,000 naira. So earring, set of rubber band. Yes, I got rubber band from Aliexpress because they are black and I just wanted the black rubber band. That's not got this stuff for wig making or making ponytail because I want to convert my afro wig to a ponytail kind of wig. A piercing gun. I want to open another hole in my ear. I'm also going to sell these guys in case you want to buy from me, please, because I got quite a lot. So in case you're interested, you want to buy, just let me know. I will sell two for 1,500 naira. in case you're interested, because it's just when you use one you cannot use it again, so you have to get two. If you want to get one, it's for 1,000 naira. If you want to get two, it's for 1,500 naira. Eyeliner brush, that is all for this. And today's just, like I said, I will be going out real soon. I just want to have my brows.
Pretending that you like somebody else, like you got boys waiting in line to take you home. But tell the truth, you spend the night alone. Let's be alone. So why don't we stay out to the morning light? 'Cause two wrongs can make a right. We're just doing what we feeling right now. So what the hell? Why you hanging on the roof up by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? What the hell are you waiting? So what the hell? So what the hell?
Okay.
We took many years ago, when I said to you we would never grow old. Messages I've saved that I never send, 'cause I don't know you, but I used to back then. I remember that I was drunk out my mind.
Guys, so I noticed that the helmet I used literally damaged my makeup. It damaged the makeup on my face. I'm just going to wash up real fast because we'll be heading out. I want to wash this makeup.
I never thought I would see you here after all this time. Found yourself a way out of this small town. A place at school you didn't hang around. Every day you're far away, these streets don't feel the same. Everywhere is painted with your name. I remember that I was drunk out my mind when we kissed for the first time. In the back of your car we passed out, counting stars. Promised all these years we'd pack our things and disappear. I never thought I would see you here after all this time.
Guys, so today is Sunday. Quickly, you all know how we do on Sundays. I just want to share with you guys what I learned today from service. So today I woke up and I felt really tired and a bit sick, so I was not able to go for physical service, but I did the online service. But I learned a few things that I would really want to share. So the topic for today was the necessity of divine direction, and then basically pastor just told us about a couple of people in the Bible that were directed by God and basically heard from God. He talked about Abraham, he heard from God, and basically he pointed from Abraham that we should not just hear from God today and just feel that okay, that is the end of it. We should hear from God every day. An example of Abraham, how Abraham heard from God and how God told him to sacrifice his son Isaac, but then he went for that sacrifice. He also heard from God again, and God telling him not to sacrifice his son Isaac. Now this is when he pointed the point that if at the beginning he heard from God to sacrifice his son, and then the next time he was not dedicated to God anymore, and then he was not able to hear from God anymore, that is how he would have sacrificed his son, because he was not aligned, he was not attentive enough to hear from God, and he would have done the wrong thing. Okay. And then he also talked about Isaac, he talked about Prophet Samuel, he talked about Paul. And the next point I would love to share is the necessity of hearing from God. Why do we need divine direction? Now the first thing he said here was to avoid the trap of destruction, to avoid ruining our lives, to avoid pouring energy and effort into the wrong direction, and to avoid putting our resources in the wrong endeavors. So basically, when you hear from God, when you have the direction from God, you know what to do, you know how to do these things, you know the right things to do. You avoid wasting your time, you avoid wasting your energy on a particular career path to take, on a particular business to start up, on a particular thing to do. You just stop wasting your energy on those things because you know the right things to do, you know the things you are supposed to put your hands in that would work. And then finally, the last point he made was things we can do to hear from God. Now the first thing he talked about was to be the sheep of Christ. Now basically, there's a passage in the Bible that says that my sheep hears my voice. Now being the sheep of God, we have to be born again. Now when I talk about being born again, we have to be genuinely born again. Now I know that some of us, me included, we give our life to Christ today, and then before you know, we go back to those things that we are doing. And to be honest, that is not being genuinely born again. Now if you are genuinely born again, you are honestly going to stop doing those things that you formerly know that offend God. Now I know to some extent there are some things that we just want to not really tell ourselves that this thing is offensive to God, but within our hearts we know that they are offensive. Now I'm not saying that nobody is beyond sin, but what I'm trying to say is that there are some things that you can control. Okay, there are some things that you can control, that you should control. And if you see yourself falling back, there is always a way to come back to Christ, and just pray and believe not to go back to those things. Now another thing he talked about was to be desperate for his voice. And to be honest, I know there is still this time in my life that I was praying, like I was, oh God, please, I want to hear from you, I want to just hear something, I want to hear you say something. And to be honest, I still pray that prayer. But the thing is that there are other ways to hear from God apart from hearing him saying my child. And there are other ways to hear from God, you see, by reading his Bible, by listening to messages from our spiritual father, from pastors, and so on and so forth. Now these ways are going to help us to hear from him. Okay, now I know that we ourselves, we can hear from him directly, and now that is the point when he said that we have to be desperate. You know how desperate you are when you are hungry, you know how desperate you are when you are gasping for air, when there is no air around. You know how desperate you are when you are thirsty. You know how desperate you are when you have a full bladder and you just want to pour everything out. You know how desperate you are when you have a full bowel and you just need to go to the toilet. You know that kind of desperation. And I'm not meaning a desperation that just happened for a day or two or for a week, but a continuous desperation. Okay, now anything you want to do, you want to go into this business, you are desperate, you want to know from God, you want to start up something, you are desperate, you want to do something, you are desperate to hear from him before you do those things. Now these are the desperation we are talking about. Also, always be aligned with what he has. Okay, now I know that in this time of waiting to hear from God, now the Bible is here for us to listen, for us to read, for us to know what he is saying. And then the last thing he said was for us to connect to the Spirit. Now we know that hearing from God is a function of the Spirit. Now God is a supernatural being. Jesus came to earth and now he went back to heaven. But now Jesus said that he's going to send a comforter. He's going to send someone to be with us. And now who is with us here on earth is the Holy Spirit. God is going to communicate to us, and that is why we need to connect, we need to align with the Holy Spirit, so that we are going to hear when God speaks to us. So basically this is just it. And honestly, today's message was so powerful. It was just so amazing to me. I really felt I needed to hear this again. So I'm just going to encourage each and every one of us as Christians, because to be honest, there are times that we find ourselves going back. Let's say for example you have climbed the steps to some extent and then something happened and then you just see yourself coming down. I'm going to advise again, please do not give up, do not stay down there, okay? If there is anything at all that you feel is pushing you down now, just try and walk around that thing, pray around it, okay? Talk about it to somebody if you need to talk about it to somebody, and pray about it with somebody if you need to pray about it with somebody. Make up your mind on it. And to some extent, as I'm talking, I'm also advising myself, because to some extent at times it is not easy, but I believe that by the grace of God and we being committed, that God is going to help us. So basically this is what I learned today, and I really wanted to share in details. Bye guys.
Think about the times you